Hello, boys and girls. It is Tuesday, April 14th. Let's begin our time together by reciting the pledges. Please stand and salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now our pledge to the Oklahoma state flag. I salute the flag of the state of Oklahoma. Its symbols of peace unite all people. And the flag I showed you yesterday is the symbol for which country? That country is also a continent, and that is Australia. Do you remember what the largest city in Australia is? If you said Sydney, you are correct. And what landmark that is located in Sydney did I show you a photo of yesterday and give you a little bit of information on? A landmark, something that Sydney is known for. If you said the Sydney Opera House, you are correct. Remember, it has the world's largest mechanical organ with over 10,000 pipes in that organ. And also near Queensland, Australia, is another tourist attraction, the Great Barrier Reef. Remember that it was said you could see the Great Barrier Reef from space. As we take a look at our world map, remember that a continent is a large mass of land that is bordered by water. Australia is bordered by 3 oceans. It's bordered by the Pacific Ocean, the Indian Ocean, and the Southern Ocean, and 3 seas. The Tamar, Tasman, and Coral Seas. The Coral Reef is located right on the Coral Sea. As we explore the continents and countries of the world, look for and think about some of the following information. What's the largest city? What holidays are celebrated? What currency is used? And just a reminder that currency means money. There's different types of money used throughout the world. And also focus on the animals that are found in different parts of the world. And the language. What is the main language spoken in each country? Think about just at university school. We have several students, including Miss Claudia in Primary 2, who are fluent in more than one language. Being fluent in a language means that you can easily speak and comprehend that language. Being fluent, as I said, just at university school, we have students and teachers who speak English, Spanish, Chinese, Arabic, and probably several other languages. What we want to focus on as we study different countries around the world is what language is spoken the most often in that country. What is the main language spoken in Australia? It's English, with some words and phrases that you would not hear in the USA, but you would in Australia. What is the main language spoken in the United States of America? It is English. Let's review some of the phrases that you might hear in Australia, but you wouldn't hear them in the United States. When we greet someone, we usually say good morning or good afternoon. In Australia, you might hear, good day, mate. That is a way of greeting, a common greeting. If an Australian is offering you a drink, they would say, want a cup? Want a cuppa? Want a cuppa? Where we would say, would you care for a drink? Or could I get you a drink? Instead of want a cuppa. What we call a grill is also called a barbie in Australia. So they might say, let's put some steaks on the barbie. where we would say put steaks on the grill. So there's small differences in the language, but overall, if you travel to Australia, you would be able to communicate fairly easily. What if you travel to China? What would the language barrier be there? You've learned some words in your Chinese lessons. However, it would be very difficult to understand and speak the language if you travel to China. Mandarin Chinese is the most spoken language in the world, with Spanish coming in second and English as the third most spoken language in the world. As we continue to explore other countries, think about the main language that is spoken in the country that you are doing some research on. So let's move on to getting out your personal clock. Yesterday, we focused on the number 4. It is the 4th month, April's the 4th month, and this is week number 4 of virtual school. Today on the clock, we're going to start with 4 o'clock. So on your personal clock, show me 4 o'clock. Before I show you my answer, did you remember that the short hand, the shorter of the two, is the hour hand, and the longer hand is the minute hand? The hour hand should be pointing at the 4 with the minute hand on the 12. This shows us that it is straight up 4 o'clock. Can you show me 4 minutes after 4 o'clock? 4 minutes after 4 o'clock. That would be 4:04. Keep in mind, the hour is still 4, and it's only 4 minutes after. So that hour hand is going to be pointing right at the 4. And remember, each dot stands for 1 minute. So there's 1 minute after 4, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. This is showing 4:04. Now, can you show me 4:14? 14 minutes after 4 o'clock. So we're moving on. Right now we were at 4:04, 4:05, 4:06, 4:07, 4:08, 4:09, 4:10, 4:11, 4:12, 4:13, 4:14. Notice how the hour hand has gone a little bit past the 4. It's now 14 minutes after 4 o'clock. Now can you show me 40 minutes after 4 o'clock? 4:40. We're going to have to go quite a ways around. We're at 4:14, 4:15. Let's count by 5s for a moment. 4:20, 4:25, 4:30, 4:35, 4:40. Your minute hand should be pointing at the 8. That shows that it's 40 minutes after 4 o'clock. Notice how your hour hand's getting closer to the 5. Now, the last thing I want for you to show me, this is a challenge. This is a time challenge for you. Can you show me this bottom number, 4:59, on your personal clock? 4:59. Well, think about that. We're at 4:40. If we're counting by 5s, we're at 4:45, 4:50, 4:55, now 56, 57, 58, 6:59. We are so close to it being 5 o'clock now. How many minutes is it before it turns 5 o'clock? If you said 1 minute, you are correct, because in 1 minute, it goes to 5 o'clock. So keep practicing with that personal clock at home. And let's do a quick math practice. We revisited our fact families last week, and let's use the number 4 in this fact family. Our 3 numbers are 4, 8, and 12. So go ahead and write these on your whiteboard or on your paper. 4, 8, and 12. And then give me 2 addition problems and 2 subtraction problems using these 3 numbers of your fact family. I'll give you a moment to do that while I do the same. So your 2 addition problems should be 4 plus 8 equals 12. And then you can just flip around those add-ins. 8 plus 4 equals 12. In our subtraction problems, we're always going to start with that largest number. 12 minus 4 equals 8. And then 12 minus 8 equals 4. Let's go ahead and get out your writing words booklet. Yesterday, from our Word a Day book, we added the word nature. Today, we're going to add a new word, and that word is wild. Wild. W-I-L-D. So if you would please turn to the letter W and add the word wild. Wild is usually used as an adjective. It describes someone's behavior or tells more about a noun, more about a person, a place, or a thing. So let's see how it's used in our Word a Day book. A lion is a wild animal that lives on grasslands and hunts for its food. A wild animal is not tame and it lives in nature. That's the definition of the adjective wild. A wild animal is not tame and lives in nature. And a lion is a good example of a wild animal. Which of these animals are wild? Is a kitten in a pet shop? No. Is a monkey in a tree? Yeah, that would be a wild animal. What about a bat in a cave? Yes. A tiger in a jungle? Wild animal. A shark in the ocean? Yes. And that's good timing that a shark in the ocean was mentioned, because in our Tuesday Zoom lunch, Mrs. Hovanesian is going to be talking a little bit about sharks and making a shark craft with you. So that was nice timing that sharks were mentioned there. While you have your writing words booklet out, let's go ahead and add the word we talked about in our Zoom lunch on Monday, and that was a person who makes a hat, mostly women's hats, and that person is called a milliner. M-I-L-L-I-N-E-R. A person who makes ladies' hats, a milliner. Go ahead and add that to your M words in your writing words. And the last thing that we're going to do today is a new activity. I'm going to give you a test today. Just for fun. It's actually a listening activity. I'm testing to see how well you can listen. So I'm going to read a quick paragraph, and then you're going to answer some questions by writing down the correct number. This is about the ocean. The ocean is made up of salt water. Listen very carefully, guys. The ocean is made up of salt water. There are 4 main oceans. They are the Pacific, the Atlantic, the Indian, and the Arctic Ocean. The top of the earth is made up mostly of ocean. Many fish and plants live in the ocean. Sharks swim through the water. Whales and seals live in the ocean too. The ocean gives us fish for food. It lets us sail boats from one place to another place. We can even surf on the ocean waves. We need the ocean in order to live. You can help to keep the beach clean when you visit. Then we can all enjoy the ocean. And these are the story questions. Each of them is labeled answer A, B, C, or D. All you have to write down is that letter, A or B or C or D, not the words. What is the ocean made of? A, sharks, B, salt water, C, boats, or D, plants. What is the ocean made up of? Answer A, sharks. Answer B, salt water. Answer C, boats. Answer D, plants. If you wrote down the letter B, you are correct. Salt water is what the ocean is mostly made up of. So hopefully you have the hang of this. Write number 2. What does not live in the ocean? A, sharks. B, whales. C, tigers. Or D, fish. Which of those does not live in the ocean? A, sharks. B, whales. C, tigers. Or D, fish. I think that one was pretty easy. I hope everyone put letter C. We know tigers do not live in the ocean. I have 2 more questions. Number 3, why do we need the ocean? A, it gives us food. B, it is pretty. C, it is cold. Or D, it is big. Why do we need the ocean? If you put letter A, it gives us food, you are correct. It is big and it is pretty, but we need it for the food. And our last question, how can you help the ocean? A, you can surf. B, you can sail. C, you can fish. D, you can keep the beach clean. Which of those would help the ocean? If you put letter D, you can help keep the beach clean, you are correct. And that wraps up our session for today. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye for now.